So, Assalamu alaikum guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel Chromatography. I hope that you all are doing good and well. So, today we are here with another interesting new topic of the chromatography, which is another type of the chromatography like column chromatography. So, let's start. What is the column chromatography? See its introduction. Matricule first described the column using the determination of the solutes in the solvents. Cohen and the later explained the column chromatography theory by observing the separation of the polyene pigments. Now let's see what is the principle of the column chromatography. The main principle involved in it is adsorption of the solutes of the solution through a stationary phase and separates the mixture into individual components. This is based on the affinity towards the mobile phase and the stationary phase. The molecules which are more affine towards the stationary phase elute later, but the molecules which are less affine towards the stationary phase elute first. What is its theory? The sample solution of the concentration is passed through the adsorbent column and an n gram of sample is adsorbed per gram of the adsorbent. N is equal to F into C, and the procedure involved in the separation of the sample is dissolved in the suitable solvent and allowed to pass through the adsorbent packed into the plate. Now let's see what are the methods for the column chromatography. There are the mainly two methods used for the packing of the column. They are the wet packing and the dry packing. In the wet packing, which is also known as the slurry method, this method involves the mixing adsorbent with the solvent and then make the slurry, then pour into the prepared column. The adsorbents commonly employed are silica gel or the alumina powder. The main advantage of this method is it completely removes the air bubbles from the column. Another method of the packing of the column is the dry packing. This method involves the plugging of the column with a glass wool and fixes the clamp at the bottom. Clamp the column in the vertical position and fill the column with the solvent by using the dry funnel. Transfer the alumina powder into the solvent, then allow settling alumina. Tap gently with a pencil so that the alumina will be tightly packed into the column. Then drain the excess of the solvent up to the mark of the alumina fill. This method is easy, but the major disadvantage is the dry packing. Dry powder pouring leads to the bubble formation in the column. Okay, further we have, based on the principles of the mobile phase movements, columns are divided into the following types, which are the gravity column. The mobile phase moves through the stationary phase by the gravity force. Flash column mobile phase is pushed by a stream of air or inert gas using the adapters. Pumped columns, the mobile phase is moved by using the pumps which are generated at low or medium pressures. Vacuum column, the mobile phase is moved by the vacuum. HPLC column, the mobile phase is pushed through the columns which are made up of the stainless steels. The adsorbent silica gel and alumina are mostly used as the adsorbents, and they have the properties or the requirements. It should be appropriate size and shape. It should possess mechanical stability. It should be chemically inert. It should have the neutral surfaces. This one is the linear absorption isotherm. This is obtained when the absorbed substances is directly proportional to the concentration of the solution. This one is the convex adsorption isotherms. This curve is obtained when the weak concentration solution is adsorbed. Another one is the concave adsorption isotherm, and this curve is obtained from the adsorption from the strong solutions. Further, we have the solvents, and they possess the following functions. It should be able to introduce the sample into the column. It should be used as a developer. It should be readily and easily removed after the each steps. Further, we have the detectors, and detectors are employed for the detection of the samples eluted through the columns, and their types are the optical detectors. There are the flow analyzers used for the continuous analysis with the visible or UV detectors. Differential refractometers, this is based on the refraction principle. Examples: refractometer. FID detectors, the sample is introduced into the ionization of the flame, or the argent detectors. Conductivity detectors, here the conductivity difference is measured by using the electrodes which are present in the Wheatstone bridge. And elution procedures, the sample solution is placed on the top of the packed column and eluted with the help of the solvent, and the zones are separated in a column. This one is the diagram of the systemic diagram of the elution process of the column. Further, we have the retention parameters. Retention factor K is the ratio of the sample in the stationary phase to the ratio in the mobile phase. The factors affecting the column efficiency. First one is the particle size of the stationary phase. The reduced particle size increases the air separation. And another one is the uniformity in the packing of the column. Unequal packing leads to the formation of the bubbles in the column, which decreases the column efficiency. Further, we have the column temperature. Increased temperature causes increase in the separation. At the end, we will see that what are the techniques used in the column development. These are the frontal analysis, displacement analysis, Alloy analysis. At the end, we will see what are the applications of the column chromatography. It is used in the separation of the mixture into the individual components, used in the separation of the isomers, used in the separation of the diastereomers, used in the separation of the tautomeric mixtures, and used in the separation of the racemers. So I hope guys that you will completely understand the column chromatography. So if you understand it, go and like my video. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and wait for another interesting topic of the chromatography. Till Allah Hafiz.